Haskins. I am Geva Theater's Executive Director, and I am thrilled and excited to welcome you to the announcement of our 2026-27 season. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. You know, I was also hoping to say Happy Spring! Not yet. But I just need to take care of a few things before we get to the exciting stuff of the evening. If you haven't already turned off your electronic devices, please do that. And by order of the Rochester Fire Marshal, I remind you to check out where the nearest exits are here in the theater. I would recommend that you not use that door. I'm told there are 5 or 6 staircases, depending on how you count them, so maybe stay away from them. And we are here on the set of Barefoot in the Park, which continues performances through Sunday, March 29th. I actually came again to see it on Saturday with friends, and if you haven't seen it, I strongly encourage you to come and have a good laugh with On the Fielding stage, we just closed a presentation of Push Physical Theater's Homesick. Upstairs in the rehearsal hall, the company has gathered to begin work on Furlough's Paradise, which will start performances here on the Wilson stage in mid-April. Next week in the Fielding, 31 young students will join us for our spring break camp. Last week, our engagement committee convened, and tonight you will hear from 2 of our community partners about collaborations in the season to come. There's so much happening and going on in this building, and we embrace all of this activity and more under the umbrella of One Geva. This is with a commitment to our core values of artistic courage and excellence, bringing many voices into a variety of spaces as we provide boundless hospitality to our multiple communities here within our brick walls and out into greater Rochester. Here at Geva, we invite you to come as you are, feel welcome in our spaces, and be in community with one another. As you hear the season announced this evening, we ask you to consider how you will engage with us. First of all, I'd really like to thank all of our One Geva subscribers who have already renewed their commitment during our early bird campaign. We greatly appreciate our deeply committed audience members who have subscribed to the 7 productions we are about to announce this evening without yet knowing the titles. Who have not yet renewed, or those who are potential new subscribers, we hope you will be inspired to join us as a One Geva subscriber after you hear the exciting lineup we have to share with you this evening. We also recognize that making commitments a year or more in advance is not convenient for everyone. For those who prefer more flexible planning, we have expanded our Flex subscription packages as well. And new this year, we have announced our next Gen Geva membership for audiences aged 20 to 40. This is a $30 membership fee, which, yeah, it's great. $30 membership fee, which unlocks exclusive savings, including $15 off 2 tickets to each One Geva production. So the membership fee is completely recouped with the first production. More information about Next Gen Geva and additional benefits and discounts can be found on our website. Geva has often been described to me as a gem of Rochester. Currently, during a challenging time for nonprofit performing arts organizations across the country, it's so heartening to experience firsthand how valued this theater is, now in its 53rd season and 40th year in this building. One of our staunchest advocates who truly understands the value of arts and culture as vital to a thriving urban ecology is a Geva subscriber and who always graciously responds to my outcries for help, more often than he would like perhaps. Our city's Deputy Mayor, please join me in welcoming to the stage Rochester's Deputy Mayor, Michael Burns.
Thanks, James. You know, there haven't been any outcries for help lately, so I feel like I'm due. But it's always great to see you here at Geva or out and about in our shared neighborhood. I'd also like to thank Geva's artistic director, Elizabeth Williamson, who we'll hear from shortly, for your great work in putting together this upcoming season. It does my heart a world of good to be here on behalf of the mayor in the Washington Square neighborhood, literally in my backyard, as we celebrate not just an exciting upcoming season here at Geva, but the continued role the arts play in shaping who we are as a city. While I'm speaking to you as our deputy mayor, I'm also eagerly awaiting what the upcoming season has in store. As a longtime subscriber and an early bird subscriber, I got that about 6 p.m. on Friday evening as we headed out to dinner. So I'm in good standing. You know, I often refer to Rochester as a city of the arts because the arts are an essential part of our great city's identity. The arts bring people downtown, support local jobs, and add energy to our city, all of which support economic development and add to our vibrancy. The arts also do something deeper. They tell our stories, reflect who we are, and enrich our lives. And that's why Geva plays such an important role. For decades, as James mentioned, Geva has been part of the fabric of Rochester, illustrating that the arts are something people can experience up close, not just admire from afar. And that is what the city's partnership with Geva is all about. Through the Rock Geva Pass, we're offering complimentary tickets to Geva Productions and hands-on workshops, making it accessible for all residents and youth to attend performances, participate in programming, and connect with the arts in a meaningful way. Thank you to everyone at Geva, the artists and educators, the great staff, and to all the partners who help make this work possible. And now, we are that much closer to hearing what the upcoming season has in store. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor Burns. We really appreciate you setting the example of renewing the early bird subscription. It's great to have you here. Thank you. All right, so just a little bit more before we get to the big announcement. In addition to the support that we receive from the mayor's office and all of our local legislators, as a nonprofit organization, we're so grateful for the extraordinary sponsorship and contributed support we receive to help make our productions possible. I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to all Geva trustees, honorary trustees, donors, and sponsors who are here with us this evening. Thank you so much. And I'd like to extend a very special thanks to our 2026-27 honorary producer, Dr. Dawn Lipson. Dawn is not able to be with us this evening. However, I'm thrilled to welcome all who are here from our 2026-27 season sponsor and our sponsor for A Christmas Carol, ASL Federal Credit Union. ASL is committed to investing into making Greater Rochester an even better place to live and work. Please join me in welcoming ESL Vice President and Director of Marketing, Rich Polvino.
Thank you. It's great to be here, and I promise I will be as quick as possible because I think I'm the last speaker before we get to the big announcement. So, thank you. My name is Rich Polvino. I am Director of Marketing at ESL, and I want to thank everyone for coming tonight to celebrate the upcoming 2026-27 season. Seeing everyone here tonight reminds us why theater is so important to our community. Theater brings people together. It creates moments of laughter, reflection, and connection that stays with us long after the final scene. On behalf of ESL, it is a privilege to support this remarkable, vital community institution. Geva Theater has long been a cornerstone of our arts community, bringing energy downtown, providing a platform for new voices, a space where people from every background can revel in the stories brought to life on this stage. I'd like to recognize two people whose leadership helps make this work possible. Please join me in thanking Executive Director James Haskins and Artistic Director Elizabeth Williamson for their vision, dedication, and commitment to uplifting our arts community. Your work helps to ensure that each year the Wilson and Fielding stages each have a unique and engaging stories to share with our community. As the curtain rises on a new season, we're excited for the stories, performances, and shared moments that will fill this theater in the year ahead. Thank you to the entire team at Geva who work to bring each production to life. We sincerely appreciate your passion, time, and creativity invested in your work that allows us all to enjoy these exceptional shows. Congratulations again on what promises to be another memorable season. Now I would like to bring Artistic Director Elizabeth Williamson to the stage to announce Geva's upcoming season.
Thank you so much, Rich, and thank you so much to everyone at ESL. We are deeply grateful for your ongoing support and partnership, which just means so much in keeping our vital downtown alive and Rochester a beacon for the arts. We're so grateful. Thank you all so much for being here. It's so wonderful to have so many of you here tonight as we throw our party for the upcoming year. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Putting together a season here at Geva is really a huge group effort. It requires input from everyone across our departments here, but I especially want to thank the members of our curation team, our artists in residence, Delana Studi and Jeffrey L. Page, our resident director / associate producer, Jasmine B. Gunter, our interim literary manager this season, Sarah Hartman, our general manager, Thalia Schramm, who work with me as part of our curation team. Next year, our director of connectivity, Jacqueline Raymond Wegman, will be joining that team. And I'm also especially grateful to the members of our season planning team who work with all those wonderful ideas for new shows to look at the logistics, the practicality. Can we do that show after that show? How will it all work in the space? That season planning committee also includes our executive director, James Haskins, our marketing director, Sarah Haley, and our production manager, Joseph Biagini, bringing so much input into the process. This year and every year, James and I are also in conversation with our colleagues around the country to talk about the stories that are capturing everyone's imagination and the possibilities to co-produce with them as we put together productions to share with our communities here and around the country. So, without further ado, first show in our season on the Wilson, 50 years ago, a musical arrived that changed how we saw the lives of working Broadway performers and blew us away with dancing like you almost never see. We'll kick off our 2026-27 season with A Chorus Line. Tony and Pulitzer Prize-winning singular sensation is back for its 50th birthday. A Chorus Line takes you inside the high-stakes drama and powerhouse dancing of a Broadway chorus audition, where 24 performers share their stories and ambitions as they vie to be cast. But which of them has what it takes? Find out in this toe-tapping musical featuring hit numbers such as What I Did for Love, One, and I Hope I Get It. This is a co-production with Barrington Stage, with whom we last co-produced Ain't Misbehavin', and it'll be directed by their artistic director, Alan Paul. Sadly, he couldn't make it to Rochester today, but he has shared a video to tell you more about what he has in store.
Hello, I'm Alan Paul, and I'm the director of A Chorus Line. I'm also the artistic director of Barrington Stage Company, and I am so thrilled that we are co-producing A Chorus Line with Geva Theater. It's a wonderful theater and a theater I've always wanted to work with, and I love the idea of our two theaters collaborating. I love A Chorus Line. I think it's one of the greatest musicals ever written about the theater. It's about 17 dancers who put themselves on the line, both metaphorically and and on the actual chorus line. And in the show, you will see some of the most iconic dancing of the American musical theater. It's a piece that has meant the world to so many of us that work and spend our lives in the theater, and it premiered in 1976, 50 years ago. So our production is celebrating 50 years of a chorus line. It will have tremendous dancing by the choreographer Parker Essie, and it's a night of theater you will not want to miss. I cannot wait to bring this show to you, and I look forward to seeing you at the theater next season. Take care.
All right, following a chorus line here in the Wilson, on the Fielding stage, we have another anniversary production. In Suzan-Lori Parks' Pulitzer and Tony Award-winning Topdog, Underdog, brothers Lincoln and Booth are haunted by their past and obsessed with the street con game Three-Card Monte, a darkly comic fable named the best play of the last 30 years by the New York Times. Topdog Underdog digs deep into brotherly love, a sibling rivalry foretold by the names their father gave the brothers as a joke, and the long game of American history as it asks, can we ever change the cards we're dealt? It's the 25th anniversary production of this show, which I kind of can't believe because I was already a fully fledged theater professional in New York when it premiered, and I remember just being blown away by it then. We are very lucky that our brilliant artist in residence, Jeffrey L. Page, who has directed on Broadway, choreographed for Beyonce, and previously directed Ain't Misbehavin' and Lady Day for us, will be helming this new production. With Topdog Underdog, we'll be continuing our partnership with Black Studies and the Frederick Douglass Institute at the University of Rochester. Here to tell you more about the partnership and about Topdog Underdog, which he will be the dramaturg for as well, is Professor Jeffrey McCune.
Thank you so much. This is our third year partnering with the Geva Theater. It's a pleasure for us to do so. We bring our students, we bring our faculty, we bring our deans and the president. We bring everybody to Geva Theater to enjoy the magic that is really being produced here at this beautiful institution. I am excited to not only dramaturg, but to see Topdog Underdog once again. I remember being a young pup coming straight out of grad school in Nebraska, and going to say, I'm going to see this play on Broadway with Mos Def and Jeffrey Wright. And I was an aspiring actor and graduate student, and I remember thinking, whoa, what a gripping, darkly funny play about two brothers, Lincoln and Booth, living together in a cramped room, trying to survive the weight of history, poverty, and each other. And one once named as a joke, their identities echo something deeper, like Lincoln, who works in an arcade impersonating Abraham Lincoln, and Booth, who dreams of mastering the street hustle of Three-Card Monte, as you just heard about. And together they are what I like to call brothers in containment. But by their roles, they are trapped not just by their circumstances, but by the roles that they inherit and perform. So as we mark the 250 years of this American experiment, Topdog Underdog, ask us to look closely at what experiment has meant for those kept at the margins. The play turns a small, intimate space into a national stage where freedom and limitation collide. Here, brotherhood is both refuge and rivalry, love and threat, and the other question that emerges is, what does it take to break out of a system that scripts your life before you even began? It's urgent, it's electric, it's painfully human, it's funny, it's a story about survival and the cost of trying to win the game that was never designed for you to succeed.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. That was beautiful. And it's going to be a beautiful production. All right. Following Topdog Underdog in January on the Wilson stage, we have an actor who has been hailed as the villain of Broadway by Playbill. Patrick Page has long been acclaimed for his portrayals of theater's most beloved bad guys, from Scar to Hades in Hadestown to The Green Goblin, all of which roles he created on Broadway. He's also known for his roles on TV in shows such as The Gilded Age, Schmigadoon, and Étoile. Now, with his tour de force show, All the Devils Are Here, he turns his focus to Shakespeare's greatest villains. Moving swiftly through the Shakespeare canon, watch as one of America's greatest classical actors, as the Wall Street Journal calls him, transforms into more than a dozen of the playwright's darkest characters in this electrifying exploration of evil itself. The production is directed by Simon Godwin, who has directed for the Royal Shakespeare Company, London's National Theatre, and DC's Shakespeare Theatre, where he's now the artistic director. Simon has sent along a video sharing a bit of what to expect and a sneak peek from the production.
Hello, my name is Simon Godwin, and I'm the director of All the Devils Are Here, How Shakespeare Invented the Villain, written and performed by the extraordinary Patrick Page. Well, this is an incredible piece of theatre. It's not just for Shakespeare lovers, but of anyone who's interested in what makes a villain, what makes people do crazy, evil things. Patrick is one of the greatest classical actors in the world. I've had the pleasure of directing him as King Lear here in Washington. He gave an astonishing performance. And the way that he embodies all these multiple characters, some of the best loved villains ever written, is an extraordinary spectacle. And you get to hear Patrick share his amazing idea of how Shakespeare's ability to write villains just kept getting better and better the more plays he wrote. So I'm looking forward very much to sharing this piece of theatre with you in Rochester at the Geva Theatre very soon.
Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts. And since the heavens have shaped my body, so let hell make crook my mind. If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? All hail Macbeth! Come what come may, time at the hour runs through the roughest day.
Geva's general manager, here to announce the next show in our season. A decade since it became an all-time fan favorite here at Geva, we are thrilled to bring back $1 Million Quartet. On December 4th, 1956, 4 young musicians got together at Sun Records in Memphis for what would become one of the greatest jam sessions of all time. Put on your blue suede shoes and join Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins for the recording session of a lifetime. Loaded with classic rock and roll hits such as Great Balls of Fire, 16 Tons, I Walk the Line, Hound Dog, and many more. And now she's worked on Broadway around the world, and she currently leads Broadway Dreams in New York City. Here to share some excitement with us over video, let's hear from director Sarah Hartman.
Hello, my name is Sarah Hartman, and I am thrilled to be directing $1 Million Quartet at Geva Theatre this upcoming season. So $1 Million Quartet is a true story of a moment when Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Carl Perkins all got together and recorded an impromptu jam session. And this recording happened in 1956. It was turned into an album that then became the inspiration for this musical. And I am so thrilled to get to work on this show and bring it to audiences in Geva. Some of my earliest musical memories are of Elvis. As 5 years old, dancing around my living room, listening to Elvis records and practicing the lip. I'm a big road trip fan, a big history fan, so I've been to Graceland, I've been to Tupelo, Mississippi, and seen his home where he grew up. And something just keeps bringing me back to him and to his music. And one of the things I think is so special about this show is that it is this exploration of this moment in rock and roll history, but I think there's an opportunity as well for me as an artist and hopefully for you as audience members to get to explore what this means to you and to your personal history. What are those musical memories that this show will bring up for you and hopefully create for you when you get to come and see our show? So I cannot wait, and I really hope to see you all there. Thanks so much.
And now I'd like to invite Jeffrey McKeon back to the stage.
I love this. Don't y'all love this? It's like, ooh, everything Geva does, it does with a purpose. And purpose is the next show. Fresh from winning the Tony Award, the Pulitzer Prize, the New York Drama Critics Circle Award, and the Drama Desk Award, Purpose is a thumping, riveting, guns-blazing, major new American play. And for decades, the influential Jasper family of Chicago has been a pillar of Black American politics. Civil rights leaders, celebrity pastors, and congressmen. When the youngest son, Nazareth, returns home with an uninvited friend in tow, the family is forced to reckon with decades of secrets and unresolved tensions that threaten to topple their empire. Branden Jacobs-Jenkins' vivid, funny, and riveting play is an epic family drama for our time. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm from Chicago, and I saw the first production of Purpose with my parents, and we were like, are they talking about who I think they're talking about? What's going on? Oh my God, what? Right, all of those emotions happened at once. And so I'm here to tell you that Purpose is going to be a treat. Purpose. Yes. And so here to tell us more about the show is director Amina Robinson.
Hello, my name is Amina Robinson, and I will be directing Purpose by Branden Jacobs-Jenkins for Philadelphia Theater Company and Geva Theater in a co-production for 26-27. Purpose, at its core, is a family drama. But more specifically, we're talking about a Black American dynasty built on the legacy of civil rights and freedom fighting. The more time that we spend with this family, we get to see how they navigate the intergenerational conflict that arises between them because the world has changed. There are different people. The rules of society that the parents live by are no longer the rules that the children live by. What's so juicy and fun about this piece is that we really get to be a fly on the wall as we watch this family navigate how the world has changed and all of the intergenerational conflict that arises because of it. Being such a prominent civil rights family, now having children that are enjoying the freedoms that you fought for becomes a really interesting dynamic to experience on stage with them. I feel like Branden Jacobs-Jenkins wanted us to experience a full gamut of human emotion with this piece. It is wickedly funny. That's first. I need to get that out there first. It's super funny. But it also gives us an opportunity to explore the complexities of family connection and dynamics. How our choices impact the lives and choices and decisions of other people, how we hold space for one another, how we hold one another accountable. And also it provides a nice lens into political trauma and how the impact of politics intersects in interpersonal familial relationships, how we deal generationally with the fighting for freedom and the experiencing of the freedom that we have fought for. For this production, there is no high concept interpretation. We're going to dive into what is on the page. Branden Jacobs-Jenkins has written a wildly dynamic family with a complexity of circumstance. And I'm really just excited to work with the actors to explore what that is so that the audience can enjoy this family.
We can't wait to have Amina here with this beautiful new production of Purpose. And Jeffrey, we're just so thrilled to be partnering with Black Studies and the Frederick Douglass Institute again this year on these two extraordinary plays. Thank you so much. So for our second to last show in the season, On the Fielding, we are delighted to be partnering with City Theater in Pittsburgh on a new production of Laughs in Spanish. If you don't know Laughs in Spanish, it is a wonderful new comedy. It's time for the International Festival Art Basel, and the stakes are high for the gallery that Mariana runs in Miami. But all the art has disappeared on the morning of the opening, and her intern, Caro, an aspiring artist herself, is acting oddly. When Mariana's glamorous TV and movie star mother arrives unexpectedly with an offer of help, things get even more complicado. Laughs in Spanish is a fast-paced comedy about art and success and mothers and daughters. We're delighted to be, in addition to partnering with City Theater on the production, we're delighted to be once again partnering locally with Annette Ramos here in Rochester on Laughs in Spanish. And she's here to tell you a little bit more about that.
Bienvenidos, everyone. Welcome. It is such a pleasure and a joy once again to partner in community with Geva Theater Center. Laughs in Spanish matters today more than ever. Laughs in Spanish is a fast-paced contemporary comedy that celebrates Latinx voices, immigrant experiences, and the complexity of identity in America today. The play centers on a multi-generational Cuban, Dominican, American family, highlighting themes of language, including code switching and Spanish phrases, and belonging, cultural pride, and intergenerational relationships. At a moment when conversations around immigration, cultural identity, and representation are central to our national dialogue, this play invites audiences to engage through humor, empathy, and our shared humanity. It allows our theater to welcome Spanish-speaking and bilingual audiences while celebrating the cultural richness that immigrant communities contribute to Rochester, New York. As the second largest city of Latinos in New York State, Rochester and Monroe County is grateful to see and hear our stories being told with dignity on Geva stages. Last season, Sancocho knocked it out of the park. The smells, the flavor, the languages of our culture permeated this space. And it welcomed Latino communities that today I still hear, hey, I am at home at Geva Theater Center, and it is my home theater. Under the leadership of Jacqueline Raymond Wegman, the new Director of Connectability, Laughs in Spanish will usher in new connections to Geva's in-school theater programs, while we hire bilingual professional teaching artists that will partner with teachers in the classroom to create an academic, arts-rich environment. Laughs in Spanish has truly created a space for many of us to come and to examine many of the issues around language, belonging, and what does it feel like to belong in America. When I read this play, I literally wasn't expecting a whole lot of love and kindness. I laughed and I cried because I saw my own family reflected in these beautifully written characters. And yet, I walked away with this knowledge and understanding of my own culture, my own language, and the things we have to do to fit in and belong. Geva's educational program is going to be designed to be inclusive at multilingual learners. We look forward to continuing partnerships with our cultural partners and connecting Laughs in Spanish to the communities that we wish to serve. So I welcome and invite you to come to the theater and let's all laugh in Spanish together.
Thank you so much, Annette. We're so thrilled to be working with you again on this show. Thank you. So I have always been a big fan of a well-crafted mystery or thriller. And so I'm delighted to share that for the last show of our season on the Wilson stage, I will be directing one of the best-selling thrillers of all time, The Da Vinci Code. Startled awake by a phone call in the middle of the night, Harvard professor Robert Langdon brings all his research on symbols and symbology to bear, solving a mysterious murder at the Louvre, only to discover he himself is suspected of committing it. Joined by French cryptologist Sophie Neveu, he sets out on a breathtaking race against time to solve the crime and uncover one of the greatest conspiracies of all time. Hailed by the New York Times as blockbuster perfection, one of the best-selling books of all time comes to the stage in this co-production, which will go from Geva on to Berkshire Theater. We hope you'll all join us for our 2026-27 season. This year we'll also have some off-subscription programming, which we hope you'll join us for as well. Here to tell you more about that is Geva's General Manager, Thalia Schramm.
Right. This summer, we are delighted to bring you 2 theatrical concerts starring 2 extraordinary performers. First, we invite you to celebrate the king of rock and roll with internationally acclaimed touring star Branden Bennett in Elvis My Way. Magnetic, authentic, and radiating with Southern charm, Bennett is the winner of Graceland's prestigious Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Competition. I know. His electrifying concert retrospective features humor, heartfelt storytelling, and unforgettable hit songs including Blue Suede Shoes, Can't Help Falling in Love, That's All Right Mama, and Suspicious Minds. Then, in an exuberant Emmy-nominated performance seen on PBS, award-winning actress Angela Ingersoll celebrates Judy Garland in concert. Backed by a dynamite band, Ingersoll delivers virtuosic vocals, passionate storytelling, humor, and heart. She also starred as Garland on stage in End of the Rainbow, winning Chicago's Jeff Award and Los Angeles Times Woman of the Year in Theater. Judy Garland has been reborn, exclaims Chicago Sun-Times. Classic songs include Get Happy, The Trolley Song, The Man That Got Away, That's Entertainment, and Over the Rainbow. Tickets are on sale now. And of course, this winter, Rochester's favorite holiday tradition returns with an adaptation of Charles Dickens' classic, A Christmas Carol. The story begins with a wish made by young Tim Cratchit, and over the course of one night, notorious grump Ebenezer Scrooge is visited by 4 ghosts. But will their intervention prompt him to change his humbug ways? A Christmas Carol reminds us that it's never too late to have a change of heart. But the work on our stages is only one part of Geva's mission and programming, and I'm delighted to introduce to you Jacqueline Wegman, our Director of Connectivity.
Hello. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you all this evening and share the many, many opportunities and exciting programming we have going on in Connectivity. So as you may know, Connectivity encompasses education, engagement, and access here at Geva. So in education, we are continuing our student matinees and expanding opportunities by offering theater-based pre-show activities in our lobby for select productions. We will be continuing, of course, our discovery guides that go out to educators and our school partners as well. We're also growing our teaching artist roster, and something I'm very excited and passionate about is bringing in-school theater residencies into the Rochester City School District and surrounding communities. This is something I did a lot in my time in New York City, and I'm very excited to bridge the gap with theater education here in Rochester. In other news, our Summer Academy runs this summer, July 6th through August 8th, and auditions will be held this weekend. So if you know of a youth age 12 to 18, we have an incredible lineup this year for Summer Academy. It will be Shakespeare and contemporary plays. And we do have faculty coming in from all over the country and special guest artists and workshops. Very excited for that as well. Okay, now we will move on to engagement for now. We are continuing with our wonderful partnerships, which you heard of a couple recently this evening. We have many, many diverse organizations we're thrilled to partner with, and we are workshopping some new opportunities, including Theater for Young Audience programs, which I'm very excited about, and programs for senior citizens as well. In Access, thank you. In Access, we remain committed to collaborating with our dedicated interpreters, yes, right? And community leaders. There's so much more to come in Connectivity that I'm very thrilled to be here as we continue to grow and envision what this could be. So please make sure you check out all season long what's coming up for us. Yeah. And I'd love to welcome back Elizabeth Williamson to the stage.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. All right, as you all know, our programming and planning have been deeply enriched over the past 4 seasons by our artists in residence. First, Harrison David Rivers, whose Christmas Carol, as James and Thalia mentioned, is going into its 3rd season. Then Baron Vaughn, whose world premiere Cycle Breaker will be opening on this Fielding in about a month and a half. And Elena Studi, and now Jeffrey L. Page. I'm so happy to announce that Geva's next artist in residence beginning this fall will be the brilliant playwright and dramaturg, Kristen Eve Cato. We first got to know Kristen's work when she dramaturged Matthew Lopez's play Somewhere for us, my first season, and we were delighted to bring her back last season with her beautiful family drama, Sancocho. We can't wait to have her join us as the 2026 to 2028 artist in residence at Geva Theater. Please welcome to the stage, Kristen Eve Cato.
Who showed up for Sancocho and supported it and loved it. It meant so much. I was here for opening night and it was amazing. It was amazing. And thank you, Geva. Thank you, Geva, for this amazing opportunity, for your support for new plays, for playwrights, mid-career playwrights like myself, in this industry that just loves novelty or celebrity. And so these programs, this is essential for playwrights and for us to hunker down and just write something brand new. And I don't know what I'm gonna write. I don't know yet, but I know I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming of a better world. I'm dreaming of a better society. I'm dreaming of I want to dream. So I want to just invite all of you to dream with me. And that's all I have to say for now, because I'm just really excited to start this residency. So thank you. And I'm just going to invite James back to the stage.
Thank you so much, Kristen. We so look forward to continuing our work with you, and dream big. Please dream big. All right. So that's the season. Thank you all so much for coming out. At the beginning, I asked you to consider how you will engage with us during the upcoming season, whether as a One Geva subscriber, a Flex subscriber, or possibly a Next Gen Geva member. We will invite you to the lobby for refreshments. We have cookies. Our cookie sponsor is the kitchen at Geva. So enjoy that. The bar will still be open, and we'll be happy to engage in further conversation. The box office is available to help out with subscriptions or any conversation or purchases you may like to make. But regardless of how you choose to engage, please make plans to join us for the singular sensation of live theater.